Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Scott, Machine Gun Dad. Yay. And there was much rejoicing. Yay. Anyway, in this episode, we're going to look at my Colt Frontier Scout. This is the beast right in front of me. Let me zoom in. I moved in on the Colt Frontier Scout. Colt emblem in the hard grips. Emblem here. You can see it's pretty well used, and there's writing here which I am going to pause, see if I can get a little better picture of. That's as close as my camera will go, but you will see the Colt's Frontier Scout markings in the 22 stamped into the barrel by Colt. One more pause and we'll take a look at the other side, see if there's anything there. This side is pretty blank. Colt emblem, of course. No engraving. You can see it's kind of worn. I'm going to zoom out now. So, you saw what it looks like. It's got some use on it, but it's a neat little gun. I got to tell you the story, because there's a story with almost all my guns. In this case, when I was younger, like 30 years ago, I had just gotten my FFL, and I used to go to Vegas. I had just gotten married, and we went to Vegas. And back then, Vegas wasn't as commercialized as it is, and pawn shops in Vegas were great. Well, I had an FFL, so I started hitting all these little pawn shops, and I went to a pawn shop. I think it was out in, was it Henderson? Anyway, it was on the way out of town, touring out towards the Boulder Dam. If you're familiar with Vegas, it goes up, you go up a hill. Whenever that town is in, that's where it was. A little pawn shop and a strip mall. And I go in, and they had this Colt for $100. I'm like, it's a Colt. It's $100. And the guy's, like, are you from Nevada? I'm like, no, I'm from Pennsylvania. Oh, I can't sell it to you. Ha ha. I said, I have an FFL. Here's a copy of it. And he's like, cool. No sales tax, no nothing. You wanted to ship it to you, or you want to take it with you? And I'm like, well, if I take it with me, I can put it in a priority mailbox, mail it back to myself, and it would only cost me at the time, $7. He says, yeah, because it had a little El Cheapo cardboard box with the foam in it. It wasn't a factory box. He says, yeah, take it with you. So I paid $100 for it. Gave him a copy of my signed FFL, filled out the tax forms, walked out of there with it, went back to the hotel, ate the buffet for $1. And I went to the post office and mailed this thing back to, I might have even been $5 for priority mail back then. It was one of those little small priority mail boxes. Got off the plane in Vegas, stopped at the from Vegas, on the way home, stopped at the post office, picked up my Colt revolver, and have had it ever since. The inventory number on this thing is so low, I think it's one of the few guns I have left from that time period. When I had a personal license, I sold all those guns, but I still have this one, and I taught both my boys to shoot handguns. We started with this gun. That's the story. Now I'm going to let you see me shoot it. I'm outside with the Colt Frontier Scout. Unlike a real 1873 that has a hammer, firing pin on a hammer, I can actually load 6 in this, not 5, and 4, skip 1. And then, I'm sorry, 1, skip 1, and then 4 more. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you 4, 5, 6 rounds of quality Walmart Federal bulk pack. Because nothing but the best. Let's try 6 rounds. Now I know why my kids shoot good. They started with this. If you give me a minute, we'll move in close.
Go.
Hey, you just saw it in close. I want to thank you for coming to watch another episode of I Got This Gun on the Wall. And I've started to add a slow-mo at the end, so stick around. There'll be a little, well, you know what, slow-mo on a Peacemaker, they're pretty slow to start with. So we're just going to end it here. Thanks again for coming to the channel.